Hi all. In this video, let us understand how the questioning as a teaching pedagogy can be effectively used in an ECE setting. At the end of this video, you will be able to define questioning as a teaching pedagogy, list the strategies to carry out questioning as a teaching pedagogy in the ECE curriculum, infer the role of educator in questioning. Now on to defining the pedagogy questioning. Questioning is a pedagogical technique used as a pathway for children in their early years to elicit responses that promote the learning and development potential in them. It is an effective instructional practice in early childhood education if it leads to meaningful discussions and deeper relationship between the child and the facilitator. It is one of the most frequently used pedagogy in the ECE classroom that could elicit various responses by promoting different types of thinking among children. Moreover, as children in their early years use questions as a way of interacting with others, the pedagogy questioning no doubt would promote learning and development potential in them. What are the types of questions that can be asked? Two types of questions are generally used to elicit responses from children. They are open questions and closed questions. Though both these types of questions make various demands on cognitive and language skills, the open questions were found to be more effective. But why? Let us understand the types of questions and the responses that could elicit with an example. In open questions, there are no right or wrong answer. The answers or responses from the children depict their level of understanding. It also gives them an opportunity to express what they know, feel, and think. At times, open questions can predict the outcomes of a particular activity or an event. Whereas closed questions or questions, generally they have only one right answer. It requires the child to recall the information already acquired. And also closed questions are effective in assessing what a child knows but do not propel further learning. It generally closes off the options of expression and does not allow the further elaboration of thoughts and ideas. To better understand how the two types of questions elicit different types of answers, compare those two questions asked by the facilitator after narrating a story, controlling anger. The question one after narrating the story is that, do you get angry? The second question posed by the facilitator after narrating the story would be that, what would you do if you are angry? And now the question one has only one answer, either yes or no. It does not allow the child to think further or generate interaction. Whereas a question two would evoke various responses from the children like, if I'm angry, I throw my toy, I shout and scream, I beat my mom, I cry, etc. These responses in a way allow the child to promote their vocabulary as well as to emote their feelings. Further, these responses provide an opportunity to extend the conversation and thereby to elicit a host of responses by the facilitator even more asking, why do you get angry? What will you do if you throw your toys and the toy is broken? What will your mom do when you shout, scream or cry? By elaborating on the responses through questioning, the child will learn what one should do by connecting the story to his or her own experience. And now, as a facilitator or an educator, you have to understand certain norms to use open questioning technique. Knowing that open questions are effective than the closed form of questions, you should know certain norms to apply the questioning pedagogy efficiently. The norms are shown to you. Pose questions with what, when, where, why and how instead of questions that require yes or no answer. Make sure that the question posed is pertinent to the context and are developmentally appropriate and age relevant. Do not ask questions of long sentences. Keep it as short as possible as a child will have difficulty in comprehending long sentences. Make sure that you ask only one question at a time. Wait for the response and give feedback and then continue with the next question. Most important, avoid double-barreled questions like, what did you have for breakfast and who dropped you to school? These two questions asked at the same time depicts two different contexts. So don't do it. And question asked to a large group will not be so effective. So Carry out the questioning pedagogy in small groups or on a one-to-one basis. Provide adequate time for the child to answer. This is what we call it as wait time. Wait time is defined as the length of the time that the facilitator waits for a response after asking a question. Wait time can extend from 5 to 10 seconds and even go up to 15 seconds for children with speech difficulties. Then the next norm is that acknowledge and value the child's response, even if it is wrong. Motivate them to respond by showing interest and warmth. The last norm is that use scaffolding along with questioning to rephrase, summarize, simplify the question posed. Now let us understand how you can use questioning as a practicing method. You know, the two basic purposes of using questioning as an instructional practice in an ECE classroom are to enhance a child's communication and language skills and to extend the child's thinking and learning potential. To accomplish these two tasks or purpose, questioning can be adopted in certain contexts. First one, it is to share ideas and understanding. The sharing of ideas happen when the child encouraged to question themselves, others and their environment. For example, when the educator is holding a group discussion on eating habits, she can ask open-ended questions like, why should we wash our hands before and after eating? What will happen if you don't do it? Then second, it can be used to make the child emote his or her feelings. For an activity to encourage the development of empathy among the children, the educator can ask, what will you do when you see a child crying nearby? And it can also be used to guess and predict things. Questions can be used to promote the child's learning potential by engaging them in active learning. While narrating a familiar story, maybe the hare and the tortoise, the educator could stop in between and ask them specific questions like, where is the hare going? Who runs fast and why? So that the child guesses and predicts the right answer. It can also be used to recall experiences. Reflecting on any information already acquired, it may be a feeling or an event, that marks the learning potential of a child. The educator, while asking the children, what did you have for breakfast in the morning? And even whom did you play with yesterday? It provides the opportunity for the child to recall. This method can be even used to recall a story narrated 1 week before to check their memory. So, hoping to meet you with other 3 pedagogies in the next module. Thank you.